Hi, good morning and welcome to my channel. My name's Natalie and this is Sew Stitch Sew Nat. Welcome to my channel if you're a returning subscriber, or if you've found me and you're new and like what you see, like and subscribe. I think I've had a little bit of an uptick since my last video, but I'm only doing them monthly now. Just life and stitchy plans for this year. In terms of monthly goals, I've not quite hit all of them yet, but it is only, now let me get this right, I think it's the 28th of March 2025, it's a Friday, and later on will be the Lindsay Stitches Nashville Startathon, and I'll talk about that later. And I keep saying I have got notes. I have a finish, but I have an FFO, an FO, lots of whips, no new starts. I do have a haul, and yes, I bought one chart. I've bought one chart this year, so I'm doing all right. And it actually wasn't a Nashville chart, although I have got my eye on a few. But like I said, I'll talk about Nashville later. So let's get started. Oh, my channel's predominantly about cross stitch. I haven't got anything else to show you. Sometimes you'll see a little bit of canvas work. I do a little bit of diamond painting, but I haven't done any for ages. And I'm not even sure that I've shown you the mini kits that I've got. So yeah, all cross stitch today. Oh, and a little bit of embroidery, but not today. Yeah. And I'm rambling. Not that I'm nervous, I just don't know, trying to get it done. Right, so we start off with the FFO. So 1st of January 2024 I started Blue Crown Pigeon as part of the Fun for 50 sale with SewMeSarah and Sally from Flossie Sews and Grows. I finished this. I finished a basic outline, I think within sort of 10 days, 2 weeks, and then wasn't quite sure what I wanted to put on the back because I didn't get this as part of, I think it was Stitch in London. It got released right at the beginning of January last year by a girl with the Gavel stitches. This is off her Etsy shop, and it didn't have any wording on the back, so I was sort of like, what do I want to do? And I filled this with a mixture of polyfill and orts from all the projects from last year, which you can kind of see through the fabric, which I'm not mad about, because it just reminds me that they're in there. So and lots of projects that I joined in with Sally and Sarah for, and some of them are still ongoing and you'll see them later. So this is my version. It was stitched with Core 4 DMC on a Cloudstone even weave 32 count by Fabric Flair. It's like a mattress fish. It's kind of gone a bit, but I'm sure it'll sort of settle down a little bit. Try to poke it into the corners. It's like that all the way around. And I just put, I can't remember what I put now. I just put the hashtag Fun450 2024, and then I just put SewMeSarah and Flossie Sews and Grows on there in the paler blue of the two. And that's just going to sit upstairs with all my stitchy bits, I think. But really love that, really fun pattern to stitch, I recommend it. And you do it in whatever colour you want. It's only 2 colours. For the darker colour, you see it's all around the edges, you will need more than one skein of DMC. Well, I use DMC, so if you use like an overdye or anything, just be careful because DMC is 8 metres, which is a bit more than 8 yards. But if you use an overdyed, then you'll need more. So yeah, that's that. really easy in construction. I wouldn't say it's more fiddly than a Biscornu. The corners were a bit tight, whereas because you just got so much fabric going into one corner. But yeah, really enjoyed that. I didn't interface it either. I did think about doing that, which would have meant the threads would have shown through quite so much as well. But okay. My finish is on Mill Hill Holiday Collection, and it's Cozy Cabin MH18 2432. Looks like that. And there's my finish on that. I haven't fully finished it yet. At the minute I've only got red and green, like sticky back velvet jewellery case lining sort of sticky stuff. I think I might use green just to bring out the green in the trees. It's like a rich emerald green, so I'll probably use that, and just use some string for the beads. It is a fridge magnet one, but we haven't got anything that we can put that on, so it's just going to become an ornament. Lots of beads on that. Right, so that's the FO and FFO. Ideally I would have liked to have got another FFO done this month, but I've still got a little bit of time. I know exactly 2 finishes, or 3 finishes I know why. 4 finishes I know exactly what I'm going to do with. I just need to do it. And I've got plans for other ones, but they involve the sewing machine, so they won't get done this weekend. So in terms of my monthly goals, so we have, I call it the dog project. It's not got a name. It's something that I'm stitching for somebody that no longer stitches. So this was their whip. Unfortunately I did have to start again, so hopefully I've got enough threads to complete it. I just got lost in really struggled to get going, but now I'm going. I'm going to keep going, and if I get to the stage where I run out, I'm just going to substitute some DMC for it, or some anchor. I still got anchor that is just sitting there not doing anything. This is on 14 count white Ada, 2/1, and this is where I'm up to. So apologies if you don't like hanging threads or non-iron stuff. They'll probably get aggressively worse with the hanging threads. In fact, yeah. So yeah. So this month I've come all the way down here. Roughly, I was at 41%. I'm now roughly at 53% in terms of the number of boxes. Because it's a paper pattern, so I'm just roughly working it out. I'm ahead of myself at the minute in terms of this, so potentially it might not get an outing in April, just because of other things going on in terms of life. I'm trying to put that away because I've got to undo the zip to put it away. Next is Binky in Death, which is a Lyndisfarne chart that I bought off eBay. This is licensed artwork for Terry Pratchett. As far as I'm pretty sure it's licensed. So that's Binky in Death. You can buy that as a kit or as just a chart, printed chart. The chart's quite big. It's good, and I just scanned it in and put it on my GoodNotes to mark it off. So I've got hanging threads going up rather than down on this project. And I've also I've lost what I was going to say. Yeah, I've also worked on this more, done more boxes than I planned to, so I was just trying to sort out my hanging threads a little bit. This is on a 32 count summer cloud summer sky by Fabric Flare. This was available from Lakeside Needlecraft in the UK. Got a few pieces of this. So from there down is complete. I was at roughly 39.4%, I'm now at 47.9%. Hopefully this will be a gift for Christmas. So yeah, all my monthly goals have got homes to go to. So yeah. The white and the greys aren't too bad actually, but I do like doing a bit of the dark colour as well. So I've got his tail to go out to the side, the horse's head and Death's head to go, so yeah. There's no, there is some back stitching. I think it's limited though. The dog hasn't got any. Before I create a landslide, I think I better do Darth Vader. He's sitting on top. So this is what that looks like. I think last time you saw it I had completed that page. And I'm almost finished this page now, but as you can see it's mainly the lightsaber, and I've got some bits to do over here, which is part of his cloak and hand. This was a kit off eBay, I think it's still available. It came with 14 count Blackbird, but I chose to swap that out to a 25 count Regana 2/2. The idea being it's made into a big cushion for my son. If I knew now what I knew then, if I knew, yeah, I would have swapped it out, I don't think, or at least, yeah, I don't think I would have done. I think I just would have stitched on the Ada. So that's what that looks like now. Lots of hanging threads. But yeah, it looks phenomenal, especially in the camera. So like I say, I don't think I've done all of that. So this month I've done all of that, and then I don't know how well you can see that, but there's a chunk there that I've done as well. So I've got two boxes to go there across those two rows, and then I need to come down. Not deciding I'm going to come down on this page first or this page, but I need to grid the rest of the fabric, which is what you can see coming in there. But this time I'm just going to go all the way along, and I need to carry these down as well, so potentially I might go onto that page. But this is also, I've scanned it in and put it into GoodNotes. Percentage wise, roughly he was at 21.2, now it's 31.5. I think I did a little bit more than I should have done, but then there's a lot of partial boxes in that lightsaber. I think with the lower half there's some boxes that have only got 3 colours in, and then there are some that have got like a load of confetti stitches in, which tends to slow me down a bit. So pardon me, on balance, I think it'll be fine. Just need a sip. Just coffee. Lukewarm coffee, it's fine. Better than lukewarm tea. My next project is the one stitching for my dad, which is the one I'm trying to get done by end of July. Not quite hit the goal on this yet, but I think it will be. I think I'll hit it before the end of March. So this is the Aquarium by Luca-S. I call it Koi Carp. And like I say, this is for my dad. This is full coverage. It has got some back stitching in. The chart is massive in the sense that they're big A3 sheets, but the boxes are, yeah, big. So I got Rymans to scan it in. I've got it on GoodNotes, which is much easier. You can just make it the size you want to make it and mark it off that way. I'm also doing this in box percentage terms, so I have done more than the percentage I'm going to give you, but when I come to do those boxes next time, they'll get eaten up. So this was at 21.1%, it's now at 31.5%. Hanging threads incoming. Can't be avoided on this thing. It's on a 16 count Luca-S gridded fabric, so it's like it's kind of like an oatmeal or ecru with like a gold line going through it. I don't know if you can pick that up on camera, but in certain light I can't see it, which is why I've got the grid lines going down. But yeah, that's where I'm up to. And for this month's goal, I've got to basically finish down to that, across to that box there, and some of it's blocky, and then some of it I've just got to carry that fish down. So yeah, like I say, I've partly come, you see where I've partly come down onto the next line anyway. I think if this was in Pattern Keeper, I probably just would continue thread until it runs out, especially on like some of the dark blue colours. But because it's not, I try and sort of focus in on a box, but then if I've got like that much left, I'll just carry it on. But yeah. So I have, yeah, what was slowing me down this month is about here was where the page break was, and then there was a page break in the middle because it's 2 wide and then 3 down, so just trying to get between that bit there was a little bit tricky. I did end up doing some screenshots from my GoodNotes, printing them out and sticking them together, which definitely helps. It helps with Darth Vader as well. And that stitches all the core box kit materials. And next is my last monthly goal, which is Squirtle, which is by Kids for Art Embroidery. It's no longer available on Etsy. It was part of a series of 4. It'll look like that when it's done. So at the minute I've done Charmander, Bulbasaur, I'm doing Squirtle, and then last will be Pikachu. And it's just 3 colours. I'm doing mine only, sorry, 18 count Blackbird, like Liger, 2/1, which gives a nice coverage. I can't remember what size needle I'm using, but if you go too small with a needle, you just end up piercing the fabric. So you kind of want something that'll push open the fibres to get the thread through, but not so you can find the holes more easily as well. That's upside down. No, that's not upside down. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So I did another 500 stitches on this. So it went from 20.9% up to 28.3%. So I think I'm about 100 stitches behind target on it, but I'm not worried. It doesn't, like I say, it's 3 colours. I tend to pick up one colour and just carry on working with it till the thread runs out. So that's that. So one of the FFOs I've got to do is Balpazar. Yeah, Balpazar. That's what I did last year. So next was my focus piece. Which I haven't taken out of the hoop. I got this when it was a mystery stitch along from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, so I'll put it in here. I got it as a kit. I have since, so I've exploded the PDF and I think I've put it into GoodNotes, but I've also got some bits printed out because I took this when I was out and about waiting for my son to catch Pokemon, so it's had wild stitching. I've not hit my goal on this month. It should have had 5 hours, it's had 2.5. It's on 18 count FOBA, 2/1. Don't recommend. Yeah, because if you're not careful, the stitches slip, so to do it 1 stitch at a time, and we've got to pull it all the way through and put it all the way back. Whereas with a lot of my projects, I'll just sort of poke it through and bring it straight back up, so I'm only pulling it once. Yeah, you'll see Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I think Ford's done something on that recently, as well as the thing about the needles as well. Check out their channel, there's lots of tips and tutorials. I always watch them in case I pick anything up, even though I've been a stitcher for countless years. That's what this looks like. Bright, colourful, love it. Already stitched. I think it was Hello Dear. I've got the other 2 as well. I've got Hello, was it spring? This is summer. I can't remember. But it's sitting in my box of doom. So yeah, if I've got time, I might get that back out this weekend and do a bit more work on it. And then I can then put it away. Then it's that Whitgo Calls complete. Not Whitgo, Focus piece is complete. Speaking of Whitgo, I'll do Pigeon Coop designs first. So I picked up the Blooming Swan after the sale last year. That looks like that. I'm doing mine on a 32 count Belfast linen in I want to say it's Blue Spruce, but I don't think I've actually wrote it down on here. It's all the call for DMC. Yeah, I haven't written it down. But it's the lighter of the 2 fabrics that I'm using for the Lyndisfarne by Fabulari, which at some point we'll get. Oh, I'm getting out in May, so that's the right way up. So I also picked up the cotton and clay needle minder for it as well. So yeah, started putting in a little bit of colour, carried on with, I think it's 3865. So yeah, this has had about half the time as well. But I need good lighting for this one, so that will possibly come out. And I've just got this in like a multi-pocket from Canny Little Fox. I started that on holiday last year. The other Whip Go Call was another caterpillar cross stitch. This was another mystery sal, so I'll pop a picture of what it looks like. So this is a North America sal. I'm working in part 2, which I thought I'd finished, but I hadn't. This also hasn't had its full time. So yeah, I've got 3 projects that haven't had their full time. So yeah, 7.5 hours altogether, because they've all had half the time I should have had so far. That's what that looks like. I slightly slipped up with the dolphin. He's in the wrong colour blue, he should be in like a dark blue. I'm leaving it, it's staying. So I've got, trying to remember what's over here, but I've got this bit, I can't remember if it's in the motif, and then that's part, once I've finished filling the white, that's part 2 done. I can move on to part 3. My positioning went a little bit off, it's too far to the left, but it'll fit. And it's on a 32 count Murano, I just think it's just light blue. All the call for DMC, apart from the dolphin. Did I say 2/2? Yeah, 2/2. I've not, oh no, I have tried 1/2 on 32 count on the Stacey Natch gingerbread book. Yeah. It's only got a few stitches in it though, so I can't judge it by that. Next is the One Stitch at a Time sal that is on not Hands Across the Sea, Six Across the Pond. Yeah, Six Across the Pond Facebook group. I've never actually made it to a call, so yeah, one thing in the vote, like, definitely, yeah, won't be in April either. Camps, holidays, DIY, you name it, all interferes. And mine is, so I told you what it looks like. This is a La-di-da. I got a cover photo. I don't think I have. I'll pop a photo of what it looks like. And I'm stitching this with the Core 4 DMC, but on one of Marie's fabrics from Swan Bay, which is Rosing's Parlour. 36 count 1 strand over 2. So I've completed section 2, which is the second line of words, and then I've started bringing down the border on this side ready for part 3. Part 3 and 4 is together, but it's a tree, so that's what that looks like. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep all the DMC the same. I'm sort of stitching it as I go and see what it looks like, but I'm really happy with it so far. It's coming up, it's definitely coming up more mottled in the camera than it is in real life. I think it's because it's a bit creased, or but yeah, don't know. No, it's not going to show. SewMeSarah's done a video with like comparing all the different fabrics when Swan first started. So if you like that, go and check that. And they, to be fair, Marie's got a comparison thing on her website as well. I'd like to pick up some more Swan actually, but I haven't decided what colourway basically, or what count. Decisions. Next was a whip. I seem to have I got really obsessed with it. It's not that I don't want to stitch it. I do want to stitch it. I feel myself, if I picked it up again, I'd keep on going. And I generally tend to pick it up on a Sunday, which is the Gilmore Girls sale by Forbidden Fibre Co. This was a sale last year. I didn't keep up with it. I think I said this is Gilmore sale. I'm doing mine in the Call 4 DMC. On the same fabric as the Caterpillar cross stitch, which is 32 count Murano in light blue. Not sure how well that's what this looks like. I don't think I'd finished the back stitching and possibly some of the cross stitches on this when you last saw it. I've since put Scorpio in, some of the bordery bits on this, and started on this big banner here. But like I say, it's nice easy, lots of block stitching. So once you've got it in once, you can just, yeah, don't need to refer to the pattern too much. So that's what that looks like. I don't remember if I said, I think it was last time. I've actually rewatched all of them in the last 6 months. So yeah, I can't remember if I'd finished it by the last video. I think I had. Next is a Fun for 50 sale. So pardon me. SewMeSarah chose Strawberry Fields Forever, which I'd already stitched. So I said, well, can I do Blackbird instead? It's part of the same Mystery Magic tour. But this is number 3 in that tour. So that's what that looks like. I'm not using Called For. I've gone with a 28 count Mushroom Nugana, and I'm stitching in Classic Colourworks Blackbird. So I finished off the border, and I've come down into this leaf section here. I'm stitching it 2 over 2. It's not a very variegated thread. So I'm just going. I still seem to be stitching it 1 stitch at a time, but I'm not tied to it. So yeah, that's what that looks like at the minute. And I tend to stitch on that when I'm watching Sarah's Flosstube channel. Oops. And then I've got 2 projects in here, but I've only worked on one. And this is a Sally Flossie Sews in Grows project that I started with her. And this is Teresa Kogut with Thy Hands. This is an inside cover, an inside picture of it. That's what it'll look like when it's done. I'm using all DMC for this on a 40 count Newcastle linen by Zweigart. I say country vintage mock on. 1 strand over 2. I've not got many projects on 40 count, so ooh, the bag's the wrong way up. I've got to get myself a new board. It's yeah. Anyway, so I've almost found the borders. So this side is just a little bit more, and then I'm heading out towards the border on this side as well now. I think it's once I get out to the border on, well, I'll probably do the border on this side a little bit first, put a little bit in, and then don't know where I'm going to go after I've done that bit. But I think I've still got a fair few more stitchy sessions. I've not finished, I've only partly done the tree on this side, and there's another tree on this side to go. So yeah, that's what that looks like. And SewMeSarah finished hers, so if you want to see what that looks like on 40 count, Newcastle linen, go and check her channel out. That's SewMeSarah, not Sally, 40 Sews and Grows Sally. I think she's further ahead than me on that though. Next is Cabin in the Woods. I'm stitching with SewMeSarah for her birthday last year, which is Flosstubers Cabin in the Woods. I had it in my stash, I wanted to stitch it, so yeah, why not join in. I can't remember if I said last time, I think it might be a thing I fixed since the last video, but my borders now meet. Potentially I might have done it by the last video. So yeah, my borders meet, and I've just started working on the house. I think it's only had 2 sessions since last time. I must have done a little bit of work in here, I think. I don't feel like I've done very much, but I know I've had 2 sessions on it. And this is on a 32 count slate grey even weave by Zweigart, which I think is what the model is stitched on as well, and called for DMC 202. And that is available, Lauren's Etsy page, but you can also get a hard copy from Talking Dog Stitchery. I bought it as PDF before that change happened, but it goes up into Pattern Keeper, so I do it off Pattern Keeper. That was at 9.6%, it's now at 15.6%. So slowly. That is it for whips. So currently I'm now at 47 because I finished one, which was a Cozy Cabin Mill Hill. I've also decided to UFO 2 projects. The Heaven and Earth Beach Bliss full coverage. I'm not sure I like 25 count 1/1 full cross for it, so I didn't touch it last year, I've just put it to one side for now. And then Introverted, which I need to restart essentially. I put one colour of grey in, decided it wouldn't quite look right, and then stopped. And that was a birthday start last year. I think it was last year. So yeah, I've UFO'd those 2, so I'm now down to 47. But I've got 2 things on my immediate start radar, and then one for later on in the year. But I know I've got 2 2 others that I want to start as well. So I think the goal of staying under 50 whips is slightly drifting away from me, just because I've not, apart from one, yeah, there's not really any projects that are close to a finish without putting quite a bit of time into them. But having said that, I've got 5 projects which I'm doing the monthly goals on, which should be finished by the end of the year. So I could finish with under 50 whips at the end of the year, but I think I might trickle over in the meantime. So on my immediate start radar, so we're kind of talking a bit of plans here. Plans to carry on working on the monthlies, but so immediate start radar. So I thought for the Nashville Startathon, I would pick out this one from last Nashville by Lindy Stitches. I've wanted to stitch it for quite some time. I'm waiting on some threads to arrive, but I should be able to start it without those. I'm doing on 32 count Belfast raw linen. Like I say, call for DMC. I haven't checked what I've got Mill Hill stash wise, so it's going to go on that. I think it's a bit, I think I will have a little bit left over, but not much. Yeah, when I went to get the Mill Hills, I couldn't get them all from one place, and I didn't look at my stash when I went to do it. I haven't got a whole lot of Mill Hills. So at some point I think either I need to make a substitution or possibly try and, I didn't look at 1, 2, 3 stitch, but I might end up there. So we'll see. But I'm going to stitch it, carry on stitching it for now and see what happens. And she says sort of like just randomly mix the beads up when you put it on, so she's just got a placeholder for beads and then you decide. Right, so I was on, well, I am on a no/low buy this year in terms of patterns, but I couldn't resist. Carolyn Manning in her Facebook group on her own website has got a sow, like a stained glass sow, and I really like that. So we got those 2 squares plus all the DMC. There's a chronic in there. You could sign up from the 1st of March. The sale doesn't actually start until the 1st of April. I haven't started stitching yet, and that's what the first part looks like. I'm stitching mine on a 32 count Murano in plum. Call for DMC. It'll be 2/2. I thought I had an Ada, but I didn't think it was going to work, so that's what I've chosen. So it should go on that. Okay. I think it's, is it a portrait design? Yeah, it's 127 by 167. And the first part is 86 by 46. Yeah, so it's basically going to take up this whole piece. And I need to make sure when I start it, I get it the right way around, I think. It'll be that way around. Famous last words, hopefully it won't be. I've marked it out on the pattern. But, yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I was just missing a couple of colours, so I'm literally waiting on an order. Which one I was meant to deliver yesterday, they decided they weren't going to deliver, and I don't know what's happening with it, so thanks Royal Mail. So that's another planned start. I've got another planned one for May, November September, and whenever Barbara Anna gets called on my whip go is when I'll probably start 4 seasons. But it didn't call this month. What got called was Cottage Garden Samplings, which is the Fabulous House series that I started on the 1st of January, and Lyndisfarne, which is the Binky and Death. So, and that's also, that's not a kit. But anyway, I wanted to do all the kits April. But in terms of life, we are basically gutting our living room and dining room for Easter, so all my Stitchy stuff has to go away, or at least the vast majority of it. So my Lowry stand, so Darth Vader might not come out, potentially. Yeah, but I should be able to keep some of the stuff that I just have in a small frame or I have in hand. I'll be able to work on, and it'll keep it out of the dust, the dirt and everything else if I take it out of this room. New carpet, new fireplace, new sofa. That is getting moved, which is a homemade Sabutio tabletop. The radiators are getting moved, we get some power points put in. Yeah, lots of work, but it'll be worth it in the end. But yeah, that's going to be my Easter break, and I've got the second week of Easter off. And yeah, I'm going to have to do some bits with the kids because they'll just get bored. Well, the youngest will get bored, the oldest won't. Right. So I made an order with Pam from SewMeSarah bags, and I ordered this bag plus another bag, which yeah, bit of a story to this one. Would have been this size bag with this fabric, but unfortunately, or unfortunate for me but fortunate for you, when I explain in a minute, I'll just take it out quickly. I got these two instead, and so this is lovely fairy fabric. It's got just a cream lining, beautifully made, smells amazing, and it's got her signature lace trim and button. So I'm going to give this one away with Pauline's permission. She didn't want it back, and I said, oh, you know, I could either send it back or use it as a giveaway. She said give it away. So if you'd like to be in a chance to win this bag, use the word fairy. Please be over 18. Don't use words like giveaway, win, free. That'll attract the bots. Yeah, use the word fairy. I will draw. When will I draw? I'm not quite sure on my timing of my April video. Hopefully I'll get to do it 25th of April, but we won't have, not sure we'll have furniture, proper furniture at that point, but we might have we've got like a sofa in one of the bedrooms we're going to bring down, so yeah. So if you enter before, if you enter by the 24th of April, you'll be in with a chance, and that'll be BST time, midnight BST. So yeah, fairy. So when she sent the replacement, she also sent me 2 lovely pouches. So it's the same. So there's the 2 fabrics. A beautiful card. And I know she's subscribed to watch my videos, so she's picking up a bit nervous right now. Yeah. But unfortunately there was a little bit of a mishap. So I'm going to also give one away. Oops. I'll just show it from, actually I'll take it out. I think they're identical. So it's a cream fabric in the middle, but as you can see, I now have 2 gorgeous bags of the same fabric. So I'm going to give this one away. I think I've just crept up to the 300 mark in viewers or subscribers on YouTube, so why not? And it's a gorgeous bag. And what I also meant to say with the fairy one is I will ship internationally. We'll see what happens. So if you like this one, use the word house. Yeah, same, beautifully stitched. You get I can't remember what size Q snips fits in. But yeah, lovely handmade, high quality bag. So yeah, I'm going to use these pouches straight away, and I love them, Pauline, thank you. As well as my house bag, which I haven't decided which project I'm putting in. Right, so I entered a competition on cotton and clay, which I think I mentioned last time, and I won. Also for a Pauline bag, and it was this lovely. It looks like quilting, but it's the part of the fabric design. And it's a lovely zip-lined bag with the, so I've got a bag with that material on. It's like the Jubilee fabric. And it's got a flat bottom, that's it, flat bottom to it. So that's lovely, thank you. She also sent me some of her own goodies, thank you, Laura. Hopefully this won't be too glary. This, I think you can use it as a scissor charm, or you could use it as to put on your floss ring. And this beautiful needle minder, which I swear I keep seeing actually, thinking about it. And this gorgeous thread keep. Absolutely good. I love it. So yeah. So thank you, Laura. Alright. Yeah, she's on about doing a a box for the summer, so I'm keeping my eye out on that one. Can't remember what she called it. It was like a box for the 6 weeks. It was something like self-care box, yeah. So yeah, I'm keeping an eye out for that one. I realised that our Forest embroidery, there's two, well, one, the pattern that I wanted, I don't know what, I thought it was paid for, and then realised it wasn't when I was watching somebody else's channel. I can't remember who that was now, but I went and got it. So it's the 100 Owls cell. I think it was a cell. So I went and got that one. I had a look around at what the other freebies were, and I picked out Let It Snow as well. And that's just on their own website. I also, when I was in Morrison's, picked up frame, £2.50, can't argue with that, and I haven't undone the zip on this bag, so apologies. That's going to home this thing. Like I say, I've got a few FFOs in mind, I just need to do them. So that'll go in there. Haven't decided if I'm leaving the glass in or out yet. Haven't even unwrapped it, so that's for that. Oops. I also picked up a bag off Amazon. Just pull that up. So it's by a company called Org Bunny. Michelle from Mama Loves You GB talks about these bags, or this company I should say, and I can't argue with it. It's really good quality. This is, I thought it was going to be more of a cream, but it is a white. Lovely big bag, flat bottom. I can't remember what size this was. Does it say? Just says 100 gram multi-purpose tote. There was different size ones that you could get, and the plan is to have it as like an FFO, things I want to FFO bag, and oops, not doing this very well. The idea is that I'm going to put that panel on. No, see where I've sort of folded it over. Just stitch that onto the bag, and like I say, have it as like an FFO, things to FFO bag. It's a nice big bag, so it'll take things like frames and whatnot. It's quite sturdy. Oh look, the Royal Mailman. Has he got my... Yeah, I might have to pause the video. I also picked up some Coffee Craft fabric. I picked up a 28 count even weave. It's like a purpley, bluey, grey colour. No plan to stitch anything on this as yet. And I also picked up Ada 16 count Ada Opal. It looks like that. It's more the colour I was going for, and I don't mind. I'll stitch on Ada linen or even weave. So yeah. And Lollipop Stitches, her name escapes me right this second, was doing a D-stash, and she had some Tin Rooftop by Barbie Creations in a 32 count. So I decided to get that. Ooh. And it just looked quite deep, dark tealy grey there. It's not as mottled as that. I haven't actually opened this all the way out. Oops. Just take that off. Ooh. Pick that up in a minute, I just dropped it on the floor. Oh, wow. Yeah. Doesn't quite look like that in real life. Yeah, I like that. I've never had any Barbie Creations, so I don't know what that's like to stitch with. Right, I'll pause you for just a second. Right, back. I was half expecting it when I got to the door for it just to be a bill or something, but it's not. It's definitely my order. So this has come from Lakeside Needlecraft in the UK. It just worked out the easiest place to get them all from. So what do I have? should have sorted it out before I turn the camera back on, shouldn't I? So I've got 3 Cryonics for the Karen Manning cell. Doesn't feel like there's much on there. Don't know, potentially I might need some more, but we'll see. They look gorgeous, and I've not really stitched with Cryonic yet, so it's going to be an experience. So I thought I'd drop something, but I think I've caught it. Then I've got, for Beachcomber, I'm starting tomorrow/tonight. I've got 3 Classic Colourworks Lighthouse and 1 Dinky Dye oh, what is the Dinky Dye called? Tidal. Then that's a silk. Yeah, shown pretty true against the lighthouse, and the lighthouse is just like a ecru creamy colour. I bought a orc catcher. I love my little orc catchers. I need to just make some. They're not going to be not that difficult, but yeah, time versus the ease of just purchasing it takes over. And then I've got DMC for, I think some of them cross over, but a few different projects. So 4 for Carolyn Manning, 3 for Barbara Anna, 3 for the Castle, which is the Fabulous House one, and 2 for the Greenhouse, which is another Fabulous House, and then 2 that overlap are 2 like la-di-da ones. So yeah. So I could have got them slightly cheaper from Stitchtastic if I'd bought some fabric, but I know I wanted the Classic Colourworks Dinky Dye and Cryonic, so it just worked out cheaper, just about the same price I think, to get them all from Lakeside. And then just to get up above the free shipping, got myself one of those. So originally I planned to let myself buy some charts. So I wanted to on the last day of March, so each quarter end. Like I say, there's a couple of Nashville things that I'm quite interested in, but I'm not really feeling the need to go and purchase, apart from the Carolyn Manning one, which yeah I ran for rather than so I think not planning to purchase any more charts. I want to kit up Blue Geisha by Pole Stitches. Is it by Pole Stitches? No, Joan Elliott, which is all DMC. But I think I'll just wait till, because I'm not planning on doing that until September, I think. I need to make sure the fabric fits as well. So I'll probably wait until I need some other threads or fabric before I go and buy that. Buy those threads. Yeah, I've got bit of like craft organisation I want to get done this year as well, but obviously it won't be in April. But I did notice that Pip and Chip have bought out, I want to say it's their version of Annie's Keepers, but I haven't compared the two side by side. But they look really cool, so yeah, I've got my Annie's Keepers ready for my classic colourworks, so that will happen at some point. But if you're interested, that is an alternative. I do wonder with so all my DMC's bobinated, but I do prefer thread drops, so whether to gradually move across to that. But I've got two like wooden drawer units that have got them in. Yeah, so I need to decide on that. I can hear the other one coming down the stairs. So if I'm going to wrap up here, so if you'd like to win the fairy bag, use the word fairy in the comment. And if you'd like to win the house bag, use house. Like I say, please be 18. Don't use words like giveaway, win, free. I'll post outside of the UK, and I'll draw, if you enter by the 24th of April, midnight BST time, you'll be entered to win. If I do the video later, I'll you know, I won't exclude you if you put in later, but if you enter by then, you're guaranteed to have an entry in. And that is it. So yeah, happy stitching everyone. Bye for now.